plus you be doing, like, they're saying, like, the law says you have to be going to a competition or going to target shooting.
You can do it while traveling, though, as long as it's all unloaded program.
Here's how I deal with it. And I'm not going to, I will, it's all being recorded, so I will rely on this disclaimer if anybody gets in trouble with this information. I don't know. All right? So here's how I handle it. Cases like this, with the gun unloaded, that's how I travel from a place that I can have a gun to another place that I can have a gun. Now, define that. When I drive from Virginia to New Hampshire, I go through a whole bunch of places that I can't have a gun to a place that I can have a gun. Now, that login
Protects you.
Sorry?
Firearm protection.
Yeah. Because I am passing through from one place to another where I can legally own the gun. And something like that, a lockable case, and some of them I have to dial, little flip-up latches like that. I've got so that is a really, really good option. I like the quick access safes because if I do need the gun, it's going to be quick, you know. Again, because I don't care where that flat tire happens. At the end of the day, I'm not going to strap the gun on and carry it illegally, but it's in my car, and it's inside of a quick access safe. And if somebody pulled up and they didn't have red and white, red and blue flashing lights, and they pull up behind me, I'm probably going to get back to my car and probably going to have that within reach, that case, right? And if that happens somewhere where I'm not legally able to carry the gun, or maybe you're not even legally supposed to have the gun, I don't know that it matters to me at that moment. And that's not legal advice, not even good legal advice. But it's real.
I understand that.
It's real.
The way the New Jersey law is written, it's almost like if you go to Pennsylvania and you're a New Jersey resident, they want to control what you do once you cross their border.
Like in Ohio, I'll give you an example in Ohio. I just recently moved to Ohio. In Ohio, even if you have a permit, you can wear the gun, but if you take the gun off in the car, it needs to be inside of a case that requires an action to open it. So it can't be like under a piece of paper. It has to be in a zippered compartment, a zippered compartment in a bag with the zipper closed. I mean, so the law, again, you go nuts trying to. I travel 300 days a year.
I'm trying to get this question answered for
There was
3 years.
And I don't know if you guys know you're big on the law, right? So I don't know if you guys offer any resources for the membership as you try to get up to speed on laws, or if you guys have a forum where they can get the questions answered. But there was a book by a guy named
I tried to contact them.
I have that book, but I mean, it's never got back. 15-year-old copy.
This is brand new.
So I would suggest that as a resource.
Actually, he has an office in Eaton Town. He's also I'm going to try to visit him.
Good. All right, guys, we're coming up on, I'm going to do 2 more questions, and then we're going to probably disband, and we'll just kind of mingle around here and chit-chat a little bit.
All my buddies, we all have ARs. Every single one of them either zeros theirs at 102. I got a red dot, I zeroed it 50 yards, and they call me a punk for it, but I think that's practical for my language.
I don't know how big your house is, but you got a 50-yard room.
I figure enough of the property is all you need.
We do a program called combat focused shooting. That's our primary defensive pistol class. We also do a rifle version called combat focused carbine class. The combat focused carbine class, I don't care that the rifle is capable of hitting a man-sized target at 300 meters. What I care about is that when I go to the closet and get that gun out, when my students go to the closet or the safe and get that gun out, they're going to be inside of their house with a hallway that might be 30 feet long. If they're back against the corner, behind the door, over here, and the bad guy's on top of the radiator, leaning back flat, he's a 30-foot shot. So the gun is capable of. Now here's the issue, and this is kind of the game. The issue is because the rifle's sight line is different from the rifle's bore line, those 2 things can only come together like at one point, right? I mean, the ball marks, they come together at 2. But for the zeroing process, for the defensive shooting process, not the sniper hunting deal, they're going to come together at one point. If you shot's a mile off at 100 yards. If you zero it at 100 yards, it's off 3 or 4 inches most inside your house. So your point is entirely valid. If I want to be precise on my property line, if I want to be precise inside the house, you want to be shorter, 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 shorter. If I want to be as versatile as possible, I'm going to go out to that 100-yard mark and zero and just know that I have a disparity inside the house. Because the high center chest, it's not going to matter. Right? You start talking about other situations where you're worried about high standards, some guys got corner, you got a hostage situation, whatever that may be. Now that 3 inches may make a difference. So whatever, at the end of the day, wherever you zero your guys, make sure that you know where it's zeroed. And if you zeroed it for a distance that is different from your most probable location of use and situation of use, then you have to know the offset. You have to know what the difference is. So you zero at 100, but you know that you're 3 inches low across your bedroom.
And the 50-yard zero also zeros at 200, I think.
Yeah, it depends on bullet weight, barrel length. There's a lot of variables there, but yeah, again, somewhere out there it's going to cross that line again. Outside of a sniping/hunting moment, from a defensive standpoint, we teach defensive shooting out to about 30 yards with an AR. And with law enforcement carbine classes, we don't go much further than that anyway. We probably wouldn't go further than 50. I don't think we've ever gone further than 50. Usually we don't go further than 30. All right, last question.